Hi, my name is Jennifer Decker. This is my husband, Adam Decker. We are former students for University of Arkansas Ridge Mountain. We came here to take the course for getting our commercial driver's license, our CDL, and we took the course starting in February of 2025. And my husband had been a stay-at-home dad for the last 15 years. I wasn't very happy with my job, my previous job, what I was doing. And our youngest son graduated from high school this past May, and we decided, since we're empty nesters, we wanted to try to further our financial goals, and what we were doing wasn't working, basically. So we decided that we would try being team truck drivers together.
Mm-hmm. We've always had the belief that if life isn't working out the way you want, get off the couch and do something different. So that's what we did. To start this out, I looked into lots of different schools. There's several all over the place. They're very, very, very expensive, and the cost of that was a big roadblock. And then at the same time, I was talking to a friend of mine who was works as a bus driver, and he got his Class B license through the school here, and he said, "Well, have you heard? I didn't even know you guys were here." I was like, "This is awesome! It's close. You have several campuses that do this, and the cost was amazingly
about
affordable.
half the price as going to a different school."
Yeah, it was half the cost of the least expensive school we found so far, and
it was close to home.
Yeah, so you don't have to travel super far, go every single day, and so this was great. It was convenient, and so we kind of made a plan that this is what we wanted to do. And
I have to say, I have never driven a big vehicle. It's always been my husband who has backed up trailers, like our stock trailers or car haulers.
Let me say, she's never backed up anything. I do
Other
that.
than my own vehicle, like
right.
when I'm driving my personal vehicle.
No trailers, no small trailers, no big trailers,
I had very little
nothing.
experience, and I was very intimidated to get in a semi.
Right, that's true. But I mean, I'm like, hey, let's do this. We started looking at this back in December. We're gonna be empty nesters at the end of the year, or at the end of the school year. What are we gonna do? We're gonna be bored out of our minds, and we're like,
so we
let's
thought
try this.
At first he would start, and then after graduation I would start and go to school. And then when he really started looking at the schools, I thought, I want to go to school with him.
And I thought it'd be more fun to have her go to school with me too. So it really was. It was enjoyable. We had a really good time. It helps if you get along with your spouse to be team drivers, which we do. But it was fun going to school with her. And honestly, I had our teacher. His name is Vince. Amazing guy, amazing teacher. But he would tease me all the time that she was gonna be a better driver than I was, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And she actually was. It was pretty cool. As far as when it came to driving the manual semi truck, it's way different than driving a normal truck. It's manual, and we wanted to learn on manual so we wouldn't have any restrictions on our licenses in case you get stranded somewhere and you need to rent something to get a load wherever you need to go. We wanted to be able to drive whatever they brought us. But she picked it up just like that, because I had to unlearn all the terrible habits I've had my whole life with how other things work that don't work like a semi truck does. And she just actually listened to the instructor. I know what I'm doing. No, I didn't. And she just listened to him, and she did a way better job than I did. So that was awesome.
I think going to this school and having the instructor we had, he was very patient with me. And he gave me the confidence that I needed to then go find a job. And so I really appreciated that about the University of Arkansas Ridge Mountain, that school. I thought that was, and I still am not completely 100% confident at backing. I know I need more practice at that, but
she can do it just
I
fine.
can do it. I just
she just
don't
doesn't like
it.
where I like the challenge. I'm like, oh, you want me to back this thing in a figure eight and stick it in that hole over there? Challenge accepted.
So as a team, like I'll get out and I'll be his eyes on the ground, and then he does the backing for
Right.
us. So that's worked out really well.
And if she's gonna back, I'll be outside. So there's no excuse or reason for us to wreck someone's equipment because there's two of us. Unless we're just being lazy, like I don't feel like getting out of the truck, used to drive into that thing. Well, we're never gonna do that. And so it's important to have that. It's nice to have a team that's always there.
There is a lot that goes into driving a semi, a lot more than I thought there would be. It's more than just getting behind that steering wheel. There's a lot of things to learn on the semi, inspection wise, and just knowing the load and how to change the tandems. You got to move the tandem tires, you know.
Tandems are the back axles of the trailer.
The axles, you got to move the back of that trailer tire according to how much weight you're pulling. So there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot to constantly be watching and listening for when you're driving that semi. And so I really did appreciate the knowledge that I gained by coming to the school. So,
Yeah.
and now we're driving anywhere between 3,500 miles a week to 5,300 miles a week. We're driving Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, out to Utah, down to Texas.
California, Texas.
Yeah, we've done a couple of rounds to California, Arizona. So we are seeing a lot of the country, which has been fun.
That's my favorite part. Is we have a big screen, seatbelted view of the United States, and being prior military, we spend a lot of time overseas. So it's nice that we're actually getting to see the United States, and so that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Since we started with our company, I've been able to become a trainer, and so I was able to train Jennifer when she came on after I've been on for around 6 months, and then we've been able to move from being just a regular over the road driver. And when she came on as a team, we were able to get promoted to a dedicated route fleet, so we can work on. We just go from one company, that company's place out in California or to Texas or to wherever, and so that comes with a pretty good pay raise for that, and it's been really good. We get more miles that way, and so it's been a success story for us over the last year.
Sure.
It hasn't even been a year yet, really.
We are making strides to our financial goals, which is
right.
Which is what we
to get
want.
debt free
So,
and put a little nest egg away for ourselves,
Yeah.
and pay off our house and just not have any, and then I can go back to my normal military retirement, which would be nice. So it's just one of those things where we're really enjoying the process. It's not
There's
always easy. It is a lifestyle change that we're trying to get used to.
For sure.
And we have the opportunity to be home every weekend or be in a particular place for a weekend. So we've gotten to choose that a little bit. So we would be out west every weekend for 6 or 8 weeks and rent a car for the weekend and go see things and go enjoy ourselves. And we're having a great time doing that. And then it's just,
There's
really
a lot of exciting things happening in the transportation industry right now. They're making some changes federally that will hopefully help truck drivers improve
driving
our lifestyle and our experience. So we definitely want to encourage anyone who's looking into being a truck driver. It's a really cool. For me, it's been a really cool experience, especially going with my husband, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would.
And I'm having a blast. I did the first 4 or 5 months by myself, which I didn't enjoy as much because I love my wife. I love being with her. We're best friends, and I think we complement each other pretty well. And so being away from her was not a blast. Obviously, I really enjoyed the experience of driving and stuff though, and learning that. But now that I get to be with her all the time, it's just been awesome. We were actually talking about this the other day. It's like, because we're team drivers and we're with each other all the time, figuring the next 3 years we'll spend more time with each other than most husband and wives get to spend in a lifetime of marriage, And so hopefully I survive that.
Hopefully I survived that.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Sorry. But yeah, we really enjoyed it, and we can't say thank you enough for the opportunity to come here to the school and to get the experience. And like I said before, I can't say enough about our instructor. It was amazing. And I was super pleased on how patient he was and kind he was to my wife, because I wouldn't have, you just don't know. You don't want to send your wife, I can say you can feel completely comfortable having a spouse, or if you're a lady out there and you want to become a truck driver, then, come to the school and Vince will treat you very kindly like he did my wife.
So Adam got his CDL before I did, about a week or two.
A week, yeah.
And it took me a little bit longer to pass the test, which is fine. Vince worked with me the entire time until I was able to pass the test. And so then we started looking online for job opportunities.
Right.
And
one of the things I'd say is there are lots of companies out there who will not hire a new driver because their insurance isn't built for that. But there are also lots of companies who part of their business model is hiring newer drivers and training them. You don't get paid as much when you first start out because you have to work to earn your experience before those other big carriers will pick you up with their
the
insurance.
company we work for is a pretty big
It is
carrier.
a big carrier, but they also have 4 schools, and so they're self-insured and they're designed to hire newer drivers. So there is a great opportunity out there. There's plenty of people who need new drivers who will hire you even as a brand new driver, and they provide you pretty good mentorship. They'll put you in a truck with someone else as a mentor. You'll go with them for a month or 6 weeks, and then you go back and you get to prove that you can back up, that you can do the paperwork, that you can follow instructions, you can do those things. And so that's really important. And that's a good thing for you, or for us, anyone who's a new driver, because you want more experience. Any more experience that you get, the better. But then after that, you can look forward to going from making less money to making a lot more money. And there's opportunities out there that you can make a lot more money after, but you have to have, like the industry standard is a minimum of 3 months experience, which no one's really going to hire you at 3 months. I believe they're going to hire you at 6 months to a year, because it's just going to be easier on their income, on their cost of hiring you for insurance purposes. And there's also been a lot of companies that have gone out of business in the last few years. So there's a lot of experienced drivers out there you're competing with, and they'd rather hire somebody who has at least 6 months or your experience if they can. And so, but there is a whole, like half the industry is hiring new drivers, the other half of the industry is hiring the experienced drivers as they kind of graduate from school to the new driving experience and mentorships to them.
Okay, so there were several companies that he applied for, several recruiters that you had talked to.
Yeah.
We explained what we wanted, the fact that he was going to start driving before I was, because I was staying at home waiting for our senior to graduate.
That we want to be a team.
And that we wanted to be a team. And the company that ended up hiring him, it was pretty funny because we sent the application in online and they called the very next day and he started Monday. So it was like we submitted the application on Thursday, they called Friday, and he went to the school.
I drove down Sunday night
and started orientation on Monday. So it was very quick.
Yeah.
It was almost
and there's 3 or 4 other schools that were calling us by Wednesday and by Friday, hey, we have a job for you. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I already got one. Like what? And so that is very positive. There is job openings. There is a shortage in trucking.
Yes.
This is an opportunity for people to really start a career or start a second career or whatever it is that we're doing.
We're, like I said, we're empty nesters. We're in our 50s. So this is something that anyone can do at any age, that we even saw people, like I saw people in my orientation class that were in they were in their 60s. So even older than us, just starting out
doing something different.
So it's a cool opportunity.